In this video, we will talk about how Stoic philosophy can help you achieve success in sports and in life. We will explore the importance of patience, self-control, and inner balance on the path to great achievements. If you want to become stronger, not only physically, but also mentally, make sure to watch the video until the end. Now, a question for you. How do you deal with challenges and setbacks in sports? Share your experience in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss new videos with interesting ideas and practical tips. What is Stoicism and why is it important? Stoicism is a philosophical school that originated in ancient Greece in the 3rd century BCE and became popular in Rome. Its main goal is to help individuals achieve inner peace and resilience in the face of external instability. The founders of Stoicism, such as Zeno of Citium, Seneca, Epictetus, and Marcus Aurelius, argued that happiness is achieved through harmony with nature, emotional regulation, and accepting events beyond our control. In sports, where success depends on both physical abilities and mental resilience, Stoicism offers powerful tools for reaching great heights. Athletes face daily challenges, injuries, defeats, the expectations of others, the stress of competitions, and their own inner doubts. The principles of Stoicism can serve as a foundation for not only enduring these trials, but also using them as stepping stones to success. Common features of Stoicism and sports. At first glance, philosophy and sports may seem far apart, but they share common traits. Self-control. Athletes, like Stoics, learn to manage their emotions and maintain composure in any situation. Patience. In sports, as in life, success does not come instantly. Stoics remind us that every achievement is the result of persistent effort. Purpose. Both Stoics and athletes work toward a higher goal. Philosophers strive for wisdom, and athletes strive for victory. Acceptance. Stoicism teaches the importance of accepting what is beyond our control. In sports, this includes injuries, referee decisions, or weather conditions. Why Stoicism is relevant to sports. At the core of Stoicism is the distinction between things that are within our control and things that are not. For example, an athlete cannot control the behavior of their opponent, but they can control their effort, preparation, and attitude toward the game. This simple yet powerful concept frees us from unnecessary stress and helps us focus on what truly matters. How Stoicism helps overcome challenges in sports. Stoicism helps maintain calm, even when circumstances seem to be working against us. A well-known quote from Epictetus highlights this. It's not the events that disturb us, but our judgments about them. In sports, this means that it is not the loss that makes us unhappy, but our perception of that loss. Modern athletes like tennis player Novak Djokovic and basketball player Kobe Bryant have often mentioned the importance of mental preparation and principles similar to Stoicism. Their successes prove that philosophy can be just as important as physical training. A historical perspective. Stoicism and the ancient Olympic Games. Interestingly, in ancient times, sports and philosophy often went hand in hand. The ancient Greeks believed that the development of both the mind and the body were inseparable aspects. Many Olympic participants practiced philosophical disciplines, including Stoicism. Their goal was not only to win, but also to self-improve. Key Stoic principles for athletes. The dichotomy of control. Focus on what you can change, your training schedule, efforts, and reactions to events. Acceptance. Learn to accept defeats as part of the journey. Stoics saw every difficulty as an opportunity for growth. Overcoming fear. It is important not to fear mistakes or judgment. As Seneca said, we suffer more in imagination than in reality. Real examples of applying Stoicism. Imagine a situation where a football player misses the goal in a crucial moment. If they get stuck in negative emotions, it will affect their performance in the rest of the game. Stoic thinking advises, that moment is already over. You can't change it. Focus on the next step. In the next section, we will dive deeper into specific aspects of Stoicism, such as managing emotions and accepting pain, and explore how these principles can be applied to achieve success in sports and life. Stoicism is not just a philosophy, but a practical tool for success, especially in sports. Its principles help develop mental resilience, accept inevitable difficulties, and focus on what truly matters. In the next part, we will discuss how to manage emotions and maintain composure in the most intense sports situations. The role of emotions in sports. Sports are not just about physical exertion. They also involve an emotional experience. The joy of victory, the disappointment of defeat, the fear of an important competition. These are all emotions that can either help or hinder. In Stoicism, emotional control is central. Philosophers argued that it is not the emotions themselves that are harmful, but our inability to control them. For athletes, the ability to manage emotions is a skill as important as physical training. Imagine a situation where a tennis player makes a series of mistakes in an important match. If they succumb to anger, it will destroy their concentration. But if they apply Stoic thinking, they will maintain clarity of mind and continue playing at a high level. Key principles of emotion management in Stoicism. Objective perception. Stoics taught us to view events without unnecessary emotional coloring. As Epictetus said, no event in itself causes distress. It is our perception of it that makes it so. Self-observation. Becoming aware of one's emotions is the first step in controlling them. In sports, this could mean recognizing when you're starting to lose your calm. Acceptance of the inevitable. Stoicism helps accept things that cannot be changed, such as a referee's decision or an unexpected loss. Practical techniques for athletes' breathing. Exercises. Controlling your breath helps cope with anxiety and anger. Many elite athletes, including mixed martial artists, use slow, deep breaths to reduce stress. Mental anchors. During emotionally charged moments, reminding yourself of Stoic truths, like "this is temporary," can be helpful. Visualization. Imagining yourself in a stressful situation and mentally rehearsing your reaction helps prepare for real challenges. Emotional intelligence as the foundation for success. A high level of emotional intelligence is the ability to recognize and manage your emotions and understand the emotions of others. In sports, this is important for improving teamwork and interaction, making measured decisions under pressure, minimizing conflicts. A practical example: Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan, one of the greatest basketball players of all time, demonstrated incredible emotional resilience. His ability to stay calm in critical moments of the game was a key factor in his success. In interviews, he often spoke about the importance of working on the mental side of the game. How Stoicism helps manage emotions on the field. Athletes often face unexpected circumstances, injuries, provocations from opponents, technical failures. Stoicism offers two main strategies. Reflection. After a competition, it's useful to analyze your emotional reactions. What made you angry? How could you have reacted differently? Practice of humility. This doesn't mean giving up, but rather learning to accept the outcome calmly. Practice for athletes. The negative visualization. Method. One of the popular Stoic practices is mentally imagining negative scenarios. For example, a runner might imagine starting slower than their opponents. This technique teaches readiness for the unexpected and helps accept it with calmness. Modern research on the benefits of emotional control. Scientific studies confirm that emotional management improves sports performance. Research by the American Psychological Association showed that athletes with high emotional intelligence handle competition pressure better and often show more consistent results. Overcoming fear and insecurity. Epictetus said, "Fear arises from our desire to avoid pain." In sports, the fear of making mistakes or losing can be paralyzing. Here's how Stoic principles help cope with this. Dichotomy of control. Recognize that you can only control your efforts, not the result. Refocusing. Instead of thinking about fear, focus on the present moment. Simplifying the task. Rather than thinking, "I must win," tell yourself, "I must give my 100%. Emotional resilience as the key to long-term success. Injuries, losses, and motivational struggles are inevitable parts of a sports career. Stoicism helps develop the ability to recover from setbacks and keep moving forward. Emotional management is an art that requires constant practice. For athletes striving for greatness, Stoicism offers powerful tools for achieving inner balance and enhancing focus. In the next part, we will explore another important aspect of Stoicism: accepting pain and hardships as an inevitable part of the path to success. Stoics believed that pain and hardship are inevitable parts of life. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Pain is not evil. It may be unpleasant, but enduring it makes you stronger." In sports, where injuries, fatigue, and the constant battle against one's limits are part of the process, this approach is especially relevant. Understanding that pain is not an enemy, but a part of growth helps athletes not only cope with hardships, but also use them to their advantage. Why pain is important for growth. Physical development. Training causes micro-tears in muscles, leading to recovery and growth. Without this destructive aspect, progress is impossible. Psychological toughening. Overcoming pain strengthens willpower, teaches patience, and builds resilience. Motivation for change. Both physical and emotional pain motivate athletes to find solutions and improve their performance. Stoicism in overcoming physical pain. Athletes striving for greatness inevitably face discomfort. Stoic philosophy offers several principles to help overcome these moments. Focus on the moment. Instead of thinking about the duration of pain, focus on each movement, each breath. Mental distance. Stoics suggested viewing pain as something external, not part of your essence. Understanding the goal. As Seneca said, difficulties are great only for those who forget their purpose. Success. Stories. When pain became a driving force. Kobe Bryant. During a game, Kobe tore his Achilles tendon, but still finished the match by taking free throws. His stoic resilience inspired millions. David Goggins, known as one of the most enduring people on the planet, Goggins calls pain his best teacher. He asserts that the ability to endure discomfort makes the impossible possible. Psychological techniques for overcoming discomfort. Breaking pain into stages. Instead of thinking about the entire marathon distance, focus on the next kilometer. Affirmations. Remind yourself that pain is temporary, but achievements are eternal. Pre-training rituals. For example, the ritual of putting on gear can help prepare the mind for the upcoming challenge. Overcoming the fear of failure. For many, the fear of pain is linked to the fear of failure. In this context, Stoicism teaches the following: dichotomy of control. Failures are merely results. Your job is to try your best. Learning from mistakes. Defeat is a lesson, not the end of the road. As Epictetus said, what could be better than the opportunity to learn from your mistakes? Stoic approach to injuries. Injuries are one of the hardest parts of an athlete's career. but Stoicism offers a constructive approach to accepting them. Understanding temporality. No matter how severe the injury, it will pass. Seeking alternatives. While you cannot engage in your primary sport, focus on recovery or the development of other skills. Humility and patience. These qualities will help you navigate the rehabilitation process and return stronger. Mindfulness practice in coping with pain. Mindfulness is a technique used not only in philosophy, but also in sports. It helps athletes concentrate on sensations without dramatizing them. Techniques include breathing meditation, helps focus on the present moment and not fixate on pain. Visualization, picture the pain fading with each exhale. Stoicism on the inevitability of difficulties. Epictetus wrote, "Obstacles do not block our path. They are the path." For athletes, this means that every challenge is an opportunity to become better. How difficulties make us stronger. Research confirms that people who have endured significant hardships often show greater resilience to stress and higher motivation. In sports, these micro-stresses shape the character. Accepting pain and hardships as natural parts of the journey allows athletes not only to cope with challenges, but also to use them to their advantage. Stoic philosophy teaches that every discomfort is an opportunity to grow stronger, both physically and mentally. In the next part, we will discuss how to maintain a balance between the drive for victory and inner peace. Why balance is important. Modern sports are often associated with the relentless pursuit of success. New records, medals, titles. But how can athletes achieve great heights without losing their inner harmony? Stoic philosophy offers a unique approach, learning to live in peace with oneself even when deeply immersed in competition. Stoic view on victory and defeat. The Stoics regarded success and failure as external circumstances that should not affect a person's inner state. Victories. Celebrate your achievements, but don't let them define your self-worth. Defeats. View them as temporary events from which you can learn valuable lessons. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Happiness depends on the quality of your thoughts, not on external events." This teaching applies both in sports and life. Avoiding burnout. Learning to take breaks. Constantly striving for peak results without rest can lead to physical and emotional burnout. To avoid this, plan for recovery. Rest and recovery are just as important as training. Mindful pauses. Include meditation or walks in nature to restore inner peace. Acceptance of limits. As Seneca said, "Do what you can, but do not demand the impossible." Managing emotions on the path to success, sports, are not only about physical struggle, but also about emotional upheavals. Failures, unjust refereeing, and pressure from coaches and fans can stir strong emotions. To cope with them, the Stoics recommended separating emotions from actions. Feeling anger is normal, but don't let it dictate your actions. Refocusing attention. When emotions overwhelm you, switch your focus to the task at hand that requires concentration. Reminding yourself of your goal. Keeping the ultimate goal in mind helps you overcome temporary setbacks. Visualization, a Stoic method for sports. Visualization is used by many athletes to prepare for competitions. The Stoics also employed it to prepare for various life situations. Imagine possible scenarios. For example, consider how you will react if you don't win first place. Positive programming. Visualize not only the result, but also the process, including the hard work and effort it takes. Working with your inner dialogue. Marcus Aurelius advised watching your inner voice. Observe your thoughts. They determine your life. Replace self-criticism with words of support. Turn "I can't" into "I am learning." How to stay calm under pressure. Psychological pressure is a constant companion for athletes. Stoic philosophy helps maintain balance. Breath control. In stressful situations, focus on rhythmic, deep breathing. Mental distance. Remind yourself that even an important competition is just one stage in your life. Acceptance of your role. Epictetus taught, play the role that is assigned to you, and do it well. Principles of gratitude. In sports, practicing gratitude helps athletes maintain a positive attitude toward their achievements. Be thankful for the opportunity to train and compete. Acknowledge the contributions of your team, coaches, and loved ones. Appreciate every step along the way, not just the final result. Inspiring examples from sports. Roger Federer. His career is an example of the perfect balance between ambition and inner calm. Even at the peak of his fame, he remained humble and respectful toward his opponents. Simone Biles. The Olympic champion was unafraid to step back from competition for the sake of her mental health, showing that balance is more important than victory. The Stoic art of letting go. It's not always possible to achieve all your goals. The Stoics taught the art of letting go, the ability to accept what is inevitable and move forward. Focus on what you can control. Don't dwell on the past. It cannot be changed. The balance between striving for victory and maintaining inner peace is an art that can be developed. Stoic philosophy teaches that success and harmony are not mutually exclusive. On the contrary, only those at peace with themselves are capable of reaching true heights. The importance of long-term thinking in sports. Short-term goals, such as winning a competition or setting a personal record, are motivating. But true success in sports is achieved through a long-term strategy. Stoic philosophy encourages focusing on larger objectives, gradually building the foundation for success. As Seneca said, haste makes waste. In sports, this means the need for patience and consistency. Constant development. The process is more important than the result. Athletes often become fixated on outcomes, winning medals, breaking records, but the Stoics teach us to focus on the process. Every day is a step toward perfection. Concentrate on training, technique, and psychology, not just the end goal. How to use Stoic philosophy for long-term success. Accept inevitable difficulties. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Difficulties make a person stronger." Sports are inevitably linked with injuries, failures, and doubts. Stoic perception of these events helps overcome them. Plan with reality in mind. Take your physical and mental resources into account. Realistic expectations help avoid disappointment. Invest in yourself. Develop your skills. Strengthen your body and mind. Improve yourself every day, even if progress seems slow. Embracing change. Sport as a dynamic process. An athlete's career is always in flux. Today you might be in peak form, and tomorrow you might experience a decline. The Stoics remind us, life flows like a river. You cannot step into the same water twice. Accept change as part of the journey. Find joy in the process, regardless of the outcome. Responding to injuries. Stoic overcoming of difficulties. Injuries are a serious challenge for athletes. However, Stoic philosophy teaches, don't fixate on what is beyond your control. It's important to accept the situation and focus on rehabilitation. Find the positive aspects of the injury. Time for analysis, working on strategy, or building mental resilience. Discipline and Stoic patience. In the long run, discipline becomes more important than motivation. As Epictetus said, freedom comes through self-control. Consistent training, proper nutrition, and rest require discipline. Patience is the foundation of great achievements. Even if results don't come immediately, keep moving forward. Emotional resilience, control over impulses. Stoic practice teaches emotional management, which is especially important in the long term. Fear of an important competition should not interfere with your focus. Joy from victory should not lead to arrogance or complacency. Practical Stoic exercises for athletes. Morning reflection. Start your day by reminding yourself of your goals and plans. This helps set the tone for productive work. Evening analysis. At the end of the day, assess what you did well and where you can improve. Visualizing obstacles. Mentally prepare for potential difficulties and develop a plan to overcome them. Stoic leadership. How to become an inspirational athlete. Long-term success allows athletes to become leaders. Stoic philosophy teaches us to be an example. Show resilience, even in tough situations. Help others, inspiring them through your actions. Long-term thinking is the key to success in sports. The Stoics remind us that great achievements require patience, discipline, and the ability to adapt to change. How sport develops. Stoic principles. Sport is not just physical activity. It is a platform where Stoic virtues such as wisdom, courage, moderation, and justice can be practiced. Wisdom. The ability to make the right decisions under pressure. Courage. Overcoming the fear of difficulties. Moderation. Balancing rest and work. Justice. Fairness towards yourself, opponents, and the rules. Competitions as a training for the soul. Every competition is an opportunity to test yourself not only physically, but also morally. Show respect for your opponents. Accept any decision by the judges with dignity. Learn from every victory and defeat. Stoic leadership philosophy. The best athletes become role models. Stoic philosophy teaches that leadership is about service. Help younger athletes. Share experience with your team. Support those facing challenges. Transformation through sport. A Stoic approach to life. By applying Stoic principles in sports, you transform other aspects of your life. Learn to manage your emotions at work. Become an example for your family and friends. Strengthen your willpower in everyday life. Final thoughts. Sport is more than victories and defeats. It is a path to self-improvement, achieving inner peace, and embodying Stoic wisdom. Stoic philosophy teaches us that true success is achieved not only through external victories, but also through harmony with oneself. Sport is a tool that allows us to develop these qualities and become the best version of ourselves. The application of Stoicism in sports is a powerful way to overcome obstacles, maintain balance, and reach new heights. This philosophy not only benefits physical activity, but also helps in life, making individuals stronger, wiser, and calmer.